I'm Tre Phelps. We're here in the Gordon Beckham Hitting Lab, and we're going to walk you through behind the scenes of my hitting routine.
It is going to be out of here. The 3-run homer for Tre Phelps, and the Dogs storm ahead 4-0. Bounce towards second, still could be 2. Tre to Coggin. This one's hit out to right field. That's a base hit for Phelps. Georgia now leads it 10-2.
All right, Tre, appreciate your time today.
Sure.
When you're going well, what does it look like?
More so just letting the ball get deep and being to the middle of the field, knowing I have fast hands and staying on plane as long as possible.
And so you talk about a couple things there, letting the ball get deep, staying on plane. What's your thought process for that? I know, especially in the high vert age that we're in with the high velocity, some guys think shaving the top half of the ball, staying down through the ball. What are kind of the thought processes for you when whether you're in the cage on a daily basis or out on the field?
For me, and my setup is more keeping my hand as close to me as possible, not letting them drift away because I'm going to have to pull them back in once I get to my launch spot. So I like to keep them close, keep them down, so when I go back, I'm not too far up, and I can stay on plane more this way than having to come down and stay on plane. So I like to keep them close, to go straight back, and then just go straight through, and I like to be able to feel like I can walk to right field after I take my swing, no matter where I hit the ball.
When you're facing the velocity that you guys see each and every weekend in the SEC, I think it's so fun to hear people say, it's like you got to let it get deep, but it's moving so fast. But it's almost kind of the inverse of what you're trying to do, because if you cheat to get to 95 plus, you get yourself in a bad position to hit. Talk about how you go through that process.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a nod to just how we hit off the machine every day, and it's always hard velocity, and we're prepared to know that we're going to see 97, 98 on a weekly basis, maybe a nightly basis, depending on who you're playing. So just being able to go out and know that the ball still has to cross home plate, whether that's 2 or 3 miles an hour harder, just being able to set your sights on that one spot and just keep that contact point no matter how hard the guy's throwing.
What are some non-negotiables for you on a day-to-day basis? Is it something where you have to see spin, have to see velo? Is there field drills that you do on a daily basis? What's that look like for you?
I definitely have to see shapes. I like to see ride heaters. I'm okay with seeing sinkers, sliders, whatever. Obviously, I feel like we're going to see that weekend. I kind of just want to see a lot of that during the week, whether it's the heater change-up guy, whether that's a heater 12-6 guy, just being able to see his shapes, knowing where things need to start, knowing how I need to attack it with my swing, just being able to stay through the middle of the baseball.
Is there a different thought process based on the shape? Like if it's a ride heater guy, are you training that differently? Is your feel internally any different, or is it kind of just letting your athleticism take over in the box?
Well, in the box, I mean, it's definitely just all compete mode. I mean, at that point, I'm not trying to hit a certain part of the baseball or this, and that. I'm competing. I know what my approach is going to be, and that came from what I worked on kind of all day before that. And I think I would say the only difference is I attack a different part of the baseball, maybe, whether that's a sinker or a ride guy, whether that's a changeup or kick change guy, just being able to have 2 different approaches and being able to stick to it no matter what happens.
You're a guy that has a ton of experience, ton of at-bats. How long did it take you to kind of start to get that idea of, like, when you're in high school, I'm sure it was just like see-ball, hit ball, backside doubles, like it was always business. But now then you get into this league and you're facing it every day. How long did it take you to get comfortable with that thought process?
To get comfortable with it, I would say it took 2 years to get comfortable with it and consistently stick to it. Definitely 3 years. I mean, it's hard to train your mind to not go out of character on a certain pitch. You may see a fastball that might be closer to your eyes that people may chase up, or that 2-2 slider that may be just off the plate that you didn't chase 0-0, but now you chased it 2-2. And just being able to stay calm and know the pitches are the exact same. They still have to cross the exact same part of the plate.
Last one, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the machine and challenging environments. How nice is it to have the pitching staff that you guys had in terms of preparing yourself for the season, and then you're able to breathe when other teams come into this park and you don't have to face your guys?
Yeah, it's amazing. We were talking about it. We skirmished, I think, 30 or 31 times, and I remember by like skirmish 28-7, we were talking to each other. We were like, bro, like, I'm just tired of facing y'all. Like, I'm ready to go face other guys. And same way with our pitchers. I mean, I'm sure they feel the same way with our hitters. I mean, great group of hitters versus a great group of pitchers. It just, whoever day it was going to be, whoever at bat it was going to be, but it was competitive. I feel like it just made us a lot better. Iron kept sharpening iron, and once we got to the season, I feel like our hitter group just kind of took off, showing that what we've been facing, and our pitching group has been showing off taking off, showing what they've been facing all fall, and being able to implement that this spring.
It's deep out into left field. Tre Phelps, touch 'em all. His 5th homer of the season.
And one thing that hasn't changed, he's the coolest guy in the stadium. Swagger.
All right, Tre, we're standing here in front of the Feed the Trees along the wall here in the batting cage. Talk about the Feed the Trees mantra and how that came about and how that kind of is your offensive identity.
Yeah, Coach Coggin came over his first year, and he said it in a hitter's meeting, and we kind of just took it and ran with it, and obviously led the country in homers that year, and it kind of went viral. And it's more just saying, like, I mean, we have a hitter's ballpark. The wind is usually going the hitter's way, usually. Sometimes it doesn't. It's really annoying, but usually it's going the hitter's way. I mean, we have bigger guys. Usually he's recruited, so it's just like, why not hit home runs? It's the hardest play to defend in baseball. It can't be defended really unless it's right over, and then it's not a home run. So just being able to, hit home runs and go out of the park and get your ace swing off before 2 strikes, it definitely has been something we've taken as our identity and been able to do at a really high level.
A lot of offensive identity, you are what you preach. So obviously you guys have to practice that. How do you go about practicing hitting for more power without losing the ability to battle with 2 strikes and compete in the box and not get overwhelmed by, high velocity or really good spin?
Yeah, that comes in training every single day, coming off the machine, whether we're in off eye pitch, coming in, putting yourself in the arena, saying, all right, these 2 rounds, I'm going to take 3 at-bats as if before 2 strikes. Then after you're done, coming back in, saying, all right, I'm going to take these 3 at-bats as if I have 2 strikes. And just being able to put yourself in the arena knowing that that's going to be even harder than the guy on the mound. Like 100%. So if I can hit this guy even a little bit or just put an at-bat together competitively, I can do the same thing in the box.
You mentioned machines there, and obviously you have the eye pitch. We have the 2 machines set up here in this cage. Talk about the importance of just creating those environments before you get out between the white lines and have to compete, and how much easier it makes those moments out on the field.
Yeah, being able to create the chaos in here, whether it's going good for you, going bad for you result-wise, doesn't really matter. It's all about being able to take as many lessons as possible. Like, you hit a ball good, what did I do on that ball? You hit a ball bad, what did I do on that ball? And just being able to go pitch to pitch. And because when you get out there, that's not your thought process. You're going out there, you're trying to get the job done, you're trying to be an uncertain approach and just be a good teammate. So I feel like when you're in here challenging yourself, it makes it 10 times easier once you get out there and you're in the game.
Talk about the mentality of training in those environments, because I think for a lot of young hitters, they want to feel good. They want to feel the barrel. And when you're facing 2 machines, success is sometimes 2 out of 4 hard hit, 1 out of 4 if we're really competing and intense in this cage setting. Talk about how long maybe it took for you to be okay with the failure in here and starting to see the results out there.
100%. It took me, I would say, my freshman year, I didn't really get it. It was like I thought I had to feel good to play good, or I thought I had to be hitting well off this machine to be hitting good off that pitcher. And it's all just a mind thing at the end of the day. And we always like to say it's 80% mental of a game. So being able to come in here, grind the 2 machine out, then grind the guy out that's going to be on the mound, then grind the film out and make sure just your swing is good. It just puts you in a good place, and knowing that I have a good swing in 1 cage. I've hit off 2 pitches at one time that could be coming, which never will happen in a game. I've hit off some pitches. I would like to say we hit off pitches that are inhumane off the eye pitch. So, yeah, I should be confident in my swing once I go out there and I'm facing anybody.
There's a lot of guys that go from the SEC into professional baseball. Do you have a story that stands out specifically where you were in here, whether it's pregame or Thursday before a weekend series, and you're seeing a high vert fastball and you're like, man, if this guy throws anything that's like this, but then when you got out there on the field on Friday, it was like, wow, this is not as complicated as the one we saw in the cage?
For me, I would say it was Kyson Witherspoon. I still to this day think his stuff is really, really good, but I thought, I competed well off him in here, and went out, we played him at home. He got me one AB. I want to say we went 11 or 12 pitches. He struck me out. I had a home run and a double that game, and I got him at the SEC tournament and went 3 for 3, and it's just like, I don't know, I felt like I was always prepared to hit him. I felt like I was really, really prepared to see him. I saw him really well.
That's awesome, man. So quick question there, you mentioned it. Do you guys, and this is more of just a question for me, you guys travel with machines, take them on the road, and be able to replicate that environment as much as possible on the road as well?
100%. There's not been a game day since I've been here that we have not had machines set up. And that's just being able to lock it in and not don't scrape and hit. We don't like to scrape and hit, whether it's a quality over quantity day, just being able to focus on what you need to do right to be able to take that onto the field.
That's awesome. If you have any advice for your younger self walking into your freshman year here at Georgia, what would that be? I know, philosophical question here at the end that you got to think about.
I'll just tell them, be patient, learn as many lessons as you did. I mean, I came in wanting to learn, just be able to keep learning, come in knowledgeable. You learn anything from anybody. You can teach anything to anybody. So just come in wanting to learn as much as possible, be a sponge, and who knows what'll happen next.
Tre Phelps,
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.